Hi there! Today I'm going to walk you through 4 different optical illusion drawings, and then we'll learn how to use colored pencil to color them in. The first drawing we'll do together is the popular checkered sphere. After you have a circle outline, you need to find the center by placing a dot right in the middle of the circle. Next, you're going to use a ruler and you're going to draw a vertical line down the center of that circle right through your center dot, and a horizontal line through the center of the circle through the same dot. Now, in order to create the illusion that the checkerboard is being wrapped around the circle, what we have to do is we have to now turn our vertical and horizontal lines into curved lines that look like they contour with the edge of the circle. You can create as many of these lines as you want. I suggest creating one right in the center between the edge of the circle and the center line, and then another curved line between those two, so you have 2 on both sides. Then turn your paper and do the same thing on the other sides. 2 curved lines that contour to the edge of the circle on both sides of the center lines. You should now have something that looks like this. This next step is optional, but to make your checkered sphere look like a checkered board, go ahead and color in every other square. Okay, for our second design, we're going to create an optical illusion called the blooming form. To get started, make a series of dots, maybe 4 or 5. Connect 2 dots with a straight line. On either side of that line, add 3 curved lines from dot to dot. Continue this practice going dot to dot or corner to corner, but make sure that you stop each line before it goes through another design. This will create the optical illusion of multiple forms. Make sure to keep your lines nice and neat and fill the space. Our third design is called the warped rectangle. To get started, you will need a rectangle, which I already have here on my worksheet. In the center of that rectangle, draw an oval or a tiny rectangle with curved edges. You're then going to connect the corners of the large rectangle to your oval. The top left corner curves to the right of the oval, the top right corner curves to the bottom right curves to the left of the oval, and the bottom left curves to the top, creating this twisted, warped look. Next, you're going to grab a ruler and create a series of straight lines that are equally spaced coming out of the same top left corner. Keep the ruler at that same corner and just pivot as you move around that section. For the next section, move to the next corner and repeat the same process. You'll notice that the corner that you're using to draw these lines from are the same corners that the original curved lines originated from. This fourth design is a student favorite. We call this design Op Art Tubes. To get started, in the center of your paper, draw a wavy line. On that wavy line, add about 4 to 6 dots. Next, you're going to use your pen or pencil and pretend that it's bouncing like a ball from dot to dot. Once you have this step done, I want you to choose one section between 2 dots, and you're just going to take your pen or pencil and you're going to go back and forth from edge to edge, creating the optical illusion of a blooming form in the shape of a tube. You have a lot of creative freedom with this design, and you don't always know how it's going to turn out until you start. You can have your tubes turn any direction. They can get smaller, they can get larger, they can go to the right, they can swoop to the left. There's a ton of stuff you can do with this one design. Just make sure as you're working each section that they touch each other and that you're working corner to corner. Use nice clean lines, smooth curves, and have your design go completely off of the page. Continue this process until the whole top section is complete. You will now also do the bottom section. I like to work the same direction, so I'm going to flip my paper upside down and continue the process. It's so fun watching the form come to life. Okay, together we have now practiced 4 different optical illusion designs. Next, we will practice colored pencil blending techniques. I'm going to use Prismacolor pencil, but any colored pencil should work. Out of your pack of colored pencils, I want you to pick out 3 colors that would blend into each other. Think of it as a dark, a medium, and a light color. You will also need a white colored pencil for this assignment. In order to make your optical illusion designs appear more three-dimensional, you'll need to add value transition. We're going to create 2 value strips. In the first value strip, we're going to use 3 colors only. There are many ways to create a value blend, but I like to start with the darkest color. Here I am starting with a Tuscan red, which is a dark red. With my darkest color, I'm going to start on the left-hand side of the value strip, and I'm going to apply heavy pressure, and as I move towards the center of the value strip, I'm going to ease up on that pressure, creating a lighter value. So with your darkest value, you should see a smooth transition from dark to light. Next, you're going to take your medium color. My medium color is crimson red. With this color, I'm going to apply heavy pressure on top of what I already laid down with the dark value. I'm going to make sure I get all of the edges. I'm going to color in small tight circles, creating a smooth surface. And with this medium red, once again, I'm going to have it fade from dark to light, creating a smooth transition of value. By putting the medium color over the dark color, they're blending together. Next, I'm going to grab my lightest color, which is orange. With my lightest color, I'm going to apply heavy pressure over everything. Heavy pressure with your lightest color will blend everything together and make it look like a really smooth transition. And this is what your first value strip should look like, a smooth transition of dark to medium to light. In the second value strip, I want to show you that you can achieve the same results but use white as your lightest color. So once again, you're going to choose 2 colors for your value strip, a dark color and a medium color. I'm going to use the same colors I just used, the Tuscan red and the crimson red as my dark and medium color, and white will be my lightest color instead of orange. You're going to work the same way you just did in the last value strip, using your darkest color with heavy pressure and then fading out the value, taking your medium color over the darkest color, blending them together with heavy pressure and allowing it to fade out when it gets to the right hand side. This time though, with your medium color, I want you to go all the way to the end with it. It's also important that you make it very smooth, so use small tight circles to create a smooth surface, or you can color up and down and left to right to achieve the same look. Then with your white, you're going to go over the right hand side of your value strip, applying heavy pressure, but don't take the white all the way over to the left hand side. The white should blend it all together, and this should be your result. Now that we have practiced optical illusion designs and colored pencil techniques, we're going to combine them together. Using the exact same idea with the value strip, we're going to apply the colored pencil value to our op art tubes. The idea with the op art tubes is that they're curving up. So to make it appear more three-dimensional, we're going to apply the dark value on the edges, and we're going to make it look like there's a shine at the very top of the tube that's coming up towards the viewer. So using the exact same colored pencil techniques we just practiced, do dark on the edges, fade it out, medium value over those, fade it out, and then choose to use either your lightest color or white as the light shine on top of all of that. You don't have to color the entire section in unless you want to. Just a small section is enough for practice. Next, we're going to apply the same techniques to the warped rectangle. You can do this many different ways. I'm just going to pretend that each section on the warped rectangle is like a value strip. So I'm going to go dark, fade it off, medium value over that, fade it off, and I'll use my lightest color over everything to blend it all together. If I were continuing with this design, I would probably choose 3 different colors, like a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue, and I would create strips or stripes of color for each section. Next, I'm going to do a little practice with the checkered sphere. Once again, I'm just going to pretend that each box is like a value strip, but you could do other things too. You could make it look like the center of each square is light, and you can have the dark all around the edges instead. The blooming form will be treated very similarly to the op art tubes. You want the blooming form to appear to have depth, like it's popping out towards the viewer. So the edges will be dark and the center will be light. You would do this for each form. Okay, we have now practiced 4 different optical illusion designs. We've used colored pencils in 2 different ways to show value blends, and we have applied those colored pencil techniques to each of the 4 designs. We hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. For a link to the full unit, look in the description below and follow us for more at Art Teacher Fusion.